Unit 11, Recording 3. 1.
I think it should be compulsory to have a trial license, the ones you get for motorcycles. Normally, when you have a motorcycle license, you get a trial license, and after about 2 years, you can convert it to a real license. I think that should be implemented for cars as well. Cars are more dangerous than motorcycles, I think. And a lot of people don't really know how to drive properly, especially when they've just gotten their license. Before you get your full license, you have to do an extra test. I think the driving test is thorough enough, but people need a lot more practice before they're actually ready to go out on the roads. And that second test should be able to prove that a person is a competent driver. And I think that should be a law.
2.
I'm going to talk about hunting and hunting laws, and my opinion about hunting, basically. You know, I'm not against hunting. I am against hunting for sport, though. I think there's a big, big difference. People traditionally have needed to hunt to eat and to live. And to me, that's fine. What I don't agree with is hunting for sport, because I don't see the pleasure in going and killing an innocent, beautiful creature just for the sake of killing it. To me, that doesn't make sense. I mean, you would hope that people would use the meat and, they would do something with the animal. But unfortunately, a lot of the time, people don't. They just kill the animal, and that's it. So I don't think it should be banned, but it needs to be controlled. And I also think that it would be better if people didn't hunt for sport and they just hunted to sustain themselves and to use the food.
3.
I'd make it a law that if you go and live in a foreign country, it should be compulsory to learn the language of that country. I think that otherwise, if you don't speak the same language as the people around you, you're never going to be able to integrate into society. I lived in Brussels before, where the language is either French or Dutch. And I had a good bit of French, which I found really helpful. People always found it much nicer when you went into a shop or into a restaurant and you were able to make an effort to speak in their language. It's also a much better way to get to know the country that you're living in. It helps you be a bit part of it more if you can actually communicate with the people and make friends with those people. I think that's probably the most important part about it.
4.
I think there should be a law that if you're fit and able and you've been unemployed for, say, 6 months or more and you're receiving money from the government to help you, you should have to do some kind of voluntary work. There are lots of projects that I'm sure aren't being done because there isn't the money or there aren't the people to do the jobs. So if you're out of work, then why not do something constructive to help society and your local community? The sort of things that could be done are, for example, fixing up local community centres or painting churches, doing work on local schools to make them better places for learning. I think if people did that, did some kind of work or helping the community, it would get them used to the routine of working. It would make it easier for them to get back into work when they eventually find a job.